We're Daddy Longlegs. Welcome to the Blues Kitchen.
Daddy Longlegs are a three-piece garage blues, soul and gospel trio based out of Brooklyn, New York. I'm meeting them in the middle of an extensive tour that's seen them take their wild blues hollering and harmonica howling to every corner of Europe. As is customary in this series, we asked Daddy Longlegs about a blues artist that is close to their hearts. The band discussed their relationship to Leadbelly's early blues recordings and even performed their very own version of Leadbelly's Bourgeois blues.
Hey, man!
Daddy Longlegs, welcome to the Blues Kitchen. How are you guys doing?
All right. Doing well. Good to be here.
Yeah. Thank you for having us.
Don't be daft, anytime. So you've been on the road all across Europe for the last couple of weeks, I understand. How's it been thus far?
It's been a wild ride, yeah. Shows have been nuts and just having a good time, trying to survive.
I mentioned to you guys before, we had our voice on the show last week, and the way that us Brits romanticize American music and vice versa. So when we go to America, we want to go to all the musical sites, whether it be through Memphis or Nashville, or, go to Capitol Records building, that kind of stuff. But I heard a little story about you guys taking a trip to, was it Joe Meek's studio on the Holloway Road last time you were in town, which is just like a pawnbrokers or something now, right?
Yeah.
Or a laundrette.
That's one of those little plaques you guys put up.
There was a little plaque on a park bench that we sat and took a picture by, but yeah, we're huge fans of that.
Okay, so we're here primarily to talk about Leadbelly. But I'd like to start with a quote that I found when I was reading about you guys a couple of days ago from Esquire magazine. I don't know if you guys will be familiar with this.
I think we've graced their pages a few times.
Super cool magazine. But the quote reads, "These drunken cowboys with fuzzy mics and rip-roaring harmonica solos are the most authentic band you've seen all year." Now, I think it's pretty complimentary. Yeah. If you were to take cowboys out of that quote might also...
They don't just be these drunks.
Well, I was going to say, if you're going to keep fuzzy mics, drunken, harmonica solos, and authenticity, then you probably lead quite nicely onto someone like Leadbelly. So I'm curious to know, when was the first time you heard Leadbelly? Or was it actually even Leadbelly himself or a cover of one of his tunes? Because for a lot of people, that's the introduction to
Wow, that's really hard to say.
Yeah.
And so...
I think his music is seeped into so much subconsciousness that you probably hear it the first few times and you don't even realize it's Leadbelly or someone else's.
So not necessarily the first time you heard Leadbelly then, because you say it's kind of almost via osmosis. But is there a particular Leadbelly tune perhaps that makes the hair stand up on the back of your neck or down your arms when you hear it?
There's so many of them, yeah.
I mean, the one we're about to do, I guess, is taken on a new meaning for us just because we cover it, so it's kind of resonates in a way just because it's become a personal thing. But
I think it's the second Leadbelly song that we've done on record.
How has his music or perhaps attitude oozed into the Daddy Longlegs sound?
Well, I don't think he was just a blues man per se, and we're not really a blues band per se either. We're kind of transcending a lot of those barriers, with our music. So he was across the board, really based in folk music and gospel and blues, and you can hear all of that in our stuff.
When you take them on, you kind of Daddy Longlegs-ify Leadbelly.
Yeah, we do that with everything.
Yeah, we try to put our own stamp on it,
But as a guitar player, it's fascinating stuff. Nobody else played like that anymore. It's just
Yeah, nobody could really touch him.
Also just how stripped down it is too, it inspired us because we were all coming out of electric punk bands, loud punk bands and stuff. When we started this band, I decided to when we first started, we stripped it all the way down to, I didn't even play drums. I played beer trays and shit. When he had an acoustic guitar, and it was really, and we sort of slowly added stuff to get to where we are now. But I would say that also was an influence, just to try to bring it all the way as stripped down as possible and take it from there to try to do something.
Of all the tunes that you could have chosen, whether it be Alabama Bound or Cotton Fields, why Bourgeois blues?
He has a good howl in between vocal phrasing, and I always look for a good howl or scream or moan or something like that. I'm always like really into that, and that just kind of caught my ear, and I think I just ended up, you know, just banging it out one day, and I was like, yeah, that's the Leadbelly tune that I do now, you know, and just been that way ever since. Yeah.
So, let's give you an opportunity to introduce your tune.
It's Bourgeois Blues by Leadbelly.
Put it in a pot, 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 a pot, pot, pot. I took a blue snake, a green snake, shot him in